Hi there, in this video we're looking at other items including design, project management and system architecture. This is actually the longest time spent is with these other items. 97 days, 679 hours. Okay, first comes stabilizing and bug fixing. That's when one of these items, either web technologies or the CMS or something on the front end doesn't work, and we have to go in, we have to work out what it is. And there was quite a lot of this. Certainly added up to about 15 days of Vinith's time working, fixing things. And I think bug fixing or alpha testing and beta testing is a part of any system. It always happens. Okay, experiments. There were a lot of experiments. A lot of things happened that didn't quite work out and we had to improve it. Here's one, and we can see immediately on this screen, which is a high-res screen, 1920. It looks, the top isn't correct, so I'm just going to increase the screen. This was the first version of Cape Town Luxury Villas, made from Cape Villas. And we have this menu system which drops down, and it's quite nice. And these villas here drop down as well, but and looking at it now, we can see it's not great. There's no immediate prompts to go to another category, and so when we changed it, we hid those categories here, and that's gone wrong when you saw that there, because I'm blowing up the screen from 150%. It doesn't like that from a 1920 pixel high wide device. Okay. Experiments. Yes, many more experiments. Here was one. This is a work in progress for villa owners to work out their prices. They put in their average price, which in Cape Town would be the March price, because Cape Town has two sort of summers. It has high season, which is February, and here we can see we're adding 150% to that. It has Easter, where we're adding 125%. We've got in season, which is the price that is set here. Peak season, doubles, shoulder season, 75%, out of season, 50%. And it automatically spits out a price, and one can adjust for per year, etc. One can change the occupancy. This bit at the bottom hasn't been finished yet. So this is a work in progress. We haven't worked on this for over a year, but it's a CMS basically for owners to update their own information. This was another experiment which is live. Just enlarge that screen again. It's the directory, and it's not just any old directory. Let's have a look at restaurants. It automatically fetches information from, if you're the editor, you can put in information from the directory in general, from Google, from Yahoo, from Bing, from Wikipedia, YouTube and Facebook. And you can choose to show results depending on what you want. If you only wanted to see, look, you get the idea. There's different search modes here as well, and it shows various things: the Google PageRank, Alexa ranking, how many sites linking in, and is it in the DMOS. So it's a complex directory, but we really didn't have someone to add to it, and nowadays directories are not seen in a particularly good light. They don't do you any good. They don't do you any harm either. Not this type. But the content marketing strategy of the blogs and the guest blogging is a much better way to get links too. So we've marked this down as an experiment. It is linked to the current Cape Town Luxury Villas, but the new footer that is coming does not link to the directory. So it will then be put as an experiment forevermore. Here's a another version of that same owner's owner's CMS, where they can add their own gradings, put their own details in. Again, this is work that we are continuing in 2016, but we're not using it on Cape Town Luxury Villas at the moment. Lastly is the search. Originally, we had a highly complicated search that you could choose popular locations, or you can really, there's so many options, but it just seemed too much. Now within Villa Secrets, we have a system where something like this drops down under the more options option, but we just thought, to take that back down to 125, we just thought this system would be better because it's easy for people to go to. So there we go, quite a lot of experiments there. Actually took a lot more than 25 days, and there's a lot more experiments that I'm not showing you. Those were just the big ones. Okay, getting on with it. Systems architecture. Now, this is the idea of these systems we see here, envisaged and created alongside the standard systems that are necessary, and that's the art. That's where system architecture comes in. Someone has to think of how it's all going to work together and tell the programmer, because the programmer has no idea. You know, the programmers have no idea. They just program what you want to program. They don't necessarily understand all the parts. The system architect is the person, and that's the job that I did. Is to tell them what to do, tell them what to program, and to work out systems that are clever, like the SEO headers and the Villa attributes. 15 days are allocated to that, and a lot of that time was spent walking and just thinking about it, thinking what can we do to make the titles appear properly, and you know, let's do some spin text, and you know, a lot of thinking. Web and graphic designer again for Cape Town Luxury Villas. This was mostly what I did personally. Starting with designing things in Photoshop, then marking them up in Dreamweaver, and then passing them on to the programmer. The way we work now is I design it in Photoshop, as we see here. Then it goes to our designer, who marks it up, and then it goes to the programmer. 16 days of web design and graphic design went into Cape Town Luxury Villas for sure. Project management. Now, this is yet another thing that I did. Fair enough. This is you know, managing the project. It sort of goes hand in hand with system architecture, but system architecture is thinking about the idea and how it will work. Project management is making sure the designers do and the programmers do what they do, and you know, talking to people like Razor, my booking pal, and you know, negotiating deals, etc., etc., and then putting that all into one website in the end. Client liaison, that's myself talking with the managers of Cape Town Luxury Villas and listening to what they had to say, working with them, quite often making Photoshop designs, sending it back and forwards till we all liked something, and then implementing it. 5 days. Info pages, they're here somewhere. Let's have a look. If we hit info at the top, we have various info pages. Here's Add Your Villas, and that's got various sub pages. There's things on the point system, how we score things, why we grade things, how we grade them, and you know, little things that we did along the way. Villa Secrets network. And whilst these don't really have much value, they had a value in that there was a lot of pages made that had original content that, when mixed with the content from Cape Villas, which was duplicate content, it sort of Google ended up not seeming to give us a penalty for duplicate content. So they were useful info pages. Expandable network and framework is something that could be of use to the new people, or it could not be of use. The way we've talked about this before, this is Cape Town Luxury Villas is controlled via Villa Secrets. And so when one updates Villa Secrets, one updates Cape Town Luxury Villas. The advantage of keeping it that way is we're going to be spending quite a lot of money on hiring people to improve and add new villas to, improve the descriptions and add new villas to Cape Town Luxury Villas. And as they get added and the old villas get updated, that's very useful to have on your own website. Okay, so to do that, it took quite a while, because we're working from one server in the USA to another server in the USA. It's not all on the same server. If it was all on the same server, it would harm search engine rankings, because it would be seen as possibly seen or flagged as a PBN, a private blog network, which is something you do not want to be associated with in any way, shape or form. Okay, that is other items. Thank you.